Welcome back to No Filter Auto. Today, we're peeling back the plastic on a vehicle that didn't just think outside the box, it threw the box away and built a wedge-shaped toy from what was left. This isn't a car with a quirky side. This is the Bond Bug 700S. A vehicle so deliberately, joyously silly, it became a stroke of genius. The automotive whoopee cushion. Let's set the scene. Britain, 1970. The economy is sputtering, and the roads are full of sensible, depressing boxes. Enter Tom Karen, the legendary designer at Ogle, the man who would later shape the Reliant scimitar. His brief from Reliant was simple: make the three-wheeled economy car exciting for the youth. His solution? Amputate everything unnecessary. The Bug emerged, a tiny, bright orange, or later, other lurid colors, fiberglass wedge, with a single door that lifted like a fighter jet canopy, and just one headlight staring out from its pointed nose. It looked like a cartoon character doing an impression of speed. The immediate, undeniable hook was its sheer, unabashed fun. It made no pretense of being a proper car. It was a go-kart with a roof and a heater. Climbing in, through that massive, lifting canopy, was an event. You sat low, in a minimalist cabin painted the same shocking orange as the outside, with a tiny steering wheel and a view over that long, pointed nose. The experience was pure, undistilled driving, the buzz of the engine right behind you, the wind noise, the direct connection to the road through three wheels. For someone who appreciates a direct, unfiltered, and predictably simple mechanical interaction, the Bug offered clarity. It had one job: be fun. And it did it with a piercing two-stroke shriek. But here's the no-filter truth under that orange plastic. This was engineering as minimalist sculpture. At its heart lay Reliant's trusty, asthmatic 700cc four-cylinder engine, the 700 in its name, producing a whopping 29 horsepower. It drove the single rear wheel. The chassis was a simple, lightweight box section. Its three-wheel configuration meant it was classified as a motorcycle for tax and licensing purposes, a huge financial appeal. But three wheels also meant quirks. Cornering hard, especially in the wet, required respect. That long nose and short wheelbase made it darty. It was, by any conventional measure, slow, loud, and impractical. And that was the entire point. Now, the unfiltered reality of ownership. That massive canopy was brilliant until it rained and the seals, well, didn't. Storage? What storage? The boot was a tiny cavity behind the engine you could maybe fit a briefcase in. It was a car for one person and a very light shopping bag. It was less a vehicle and more of an outfit, a statement of personality that you drove around in. It laughed in the face of practicality, safety, and refinement. It was the automotive equivalent of wearing a jester's hat to the office. And people loved it for that sheer, brazen cheek. So, the no-filter comparison. What was it competing against? Other microcars like the Mini, or its staid, upright cousin, the Reliant Robin. The Mini was a practical, cultural icon. The Robin was a utilitarian workhorse. The Bug was neither. It was a toy. It competed against boredom. It lost on every practical metric but won on a single, crucial one: it made you smile every single time you saw it, and every time you fired up that buzzing little engine. The legacy of the Bond Bug is one of unapologetic character. It proved that a vehicle could be built around an emotion, fun, rather than a function. You see its spirit in every modern city car that tries to look cheeky, in every vehicle that prioritizes personality over pedigree. It was a mass-produced piece of pop art. It wasn't built to last for decades, it was built to inject a dose of orange adrenaline into the grey 1970s. The Bond Bug 700S stands as a monument to the idea that not all cars need to be a solution to a problem. Some can just be a question: why so serious? It is the eternal teenager of the automotive world, frozen in time with a raspy exhaust note and a permanently cheeky grin. If this kind of joyfully ridiculous slice of motoring history brightens your day, subscribe to No Filter Auto. Let us know in the comments, could you handle the sheer, brilliant impracticality of a Bond Bug as a daily driver?